So just like that, June 2020 is over. We're done with 6 months of trading in the Philippine stock market. I don't know for some if it looks so fast. It looked a bit slow based on what's happening, especially right now that we are living in, walking in something that we have not experienced before, something that a lot of people have not predicted. But it is what it is. The first month, the first half of the year is done. And in this video, we're going to talk about the stocks that you guys have requested via social media. And we're going to, I don't know, I'm going to look at Facebook right now, the top stocks, I guess. I'm going to read through your names and then we're going to go through those charts. And by the way, no, my wife just released an unboxing video. Ang dami nagtatanong kung kailan lalabas yun. It's already out in Facebook. For those who have not seen it yet, I'll place the link also in the description for my other channel. Nakiwalay siya dito because this is purely for investing. No? But for those who want to see that, I don't know nga, nagulat ako, a lot of people follow my wife more than me, but it's just so interesting. So for those who don't know me, by the way, my name's Marvin Germo, and I don't really unbox. We don't do unboxing videos, but we talk about the stock market. We talk about how you can trade with confidence, how you can use the stock market as an asset class to help you grow wealth over a stretched period of time. And if you want to learn more, how you can trade the markets, not the get rich quick way, not the I'll give you this stock pick and you just buy this. We don't do that here. We teach principles, we teach strategies, we teach technical and fundamental analysis. This is a teaching channel with just one goal in mind, to be able to help you. That's all. Learn the rudiments, and so that you have the conviction and the confidence to do it on your own, because that's all I want. A new generation of Filipinos investing, prosperous, and knowing the right rudiments on how they can use the stock market to reach their goals of financial freedom. More about that, subscribe, smash the bell, and check all of the other videos that we have in this channel. But for this, we're just gonna focus technical analysis. That's it. We're gonna talk about what the chart is telling us, and just so people know also, the whole goal and the whole narrative of why we do this is technical analysis is just basically for risk management. Say it with me, risk management, or put it in the comment section, risk management. It will never, ever, ever, ever predict how prices will go. It can never guess where the market will be 6 months from now. It's not there. It's just basically, it will tell you how you can position from a support and resistance level if you're trading the range, or how you can also position if you are a trend follower following reversals in the market. So either style, trend following, quick trading, technical analysis will work. But one thing is so true, as what I said also, it's predicated on risk management. Meaning, if there's a buy signal, it doesn't mean 100% it will happen. But what it does is, if you buy at the support does not hold. If you don't own the stock, you better have enough conviction to stay away. Or in the same way, you a stock hits a support, you bought, it drops, you own the stock and it's breaking down. You need to have also the same conviction to get out of the position and sell even if it's at a loss. So please remember, investing, trading using technical analysis will never skip you, will never prevent you from losses, but it creates a strategy where you can have a template that you can repeat over and over and over again. And that's what templates would do. It will allow you not to become emotionally attached. And above and beyond that, it will allow you that you don't have to guess, you don't have to forecast, because yung tatalo sa inyo sa market is uh, you not following a set strategy or logic. Yung tatalo sa inyo sa market is yung papangunahan kayo ng emotions nyo. And I hope you get something from this, and I hope you learn a lot from this. So before I go to specific stocks, I want to show you first the index. And just so you know, no, we entered the year somewhere, we ended the year here, December 27, we closed at a low. So at the end of 6 months, the market as of today, generally speaking, is down 20.2%, which, to be honest, still better than the lowest intraday drop that we had, 48.2%, which happened when the market reopened during the lockdown last March. So I'll say this, June 30, 2020, we are not yet back from where we were before. But what I want you to get also is we are not as cheap and we are not as low as what everyone else thinks it is. But looking at it also, I shared this from the video yesterday that if you look at it here, we're still pretty much progressing in this downtrend. We still haven't escaped it. But if there's one thing that's so interesting is if you'll project this, it's easy to see that it's also starting its own counter trend. And one thing that if there's one thing that you'll watch out for if you are a person who's looking at watching and monitoring the index is there's the resistance at the 6583 level that you have to watch, that you have to respect, that you have to just follow. That if it breaks past that, then we may have a narrative that we may see it go higher, that we may see the market go back up again. Now, here are the stocks. Now, I'm going to prioritize Facebook for this video. And for those who, sabi ko yesterday, for those who have messages, PM me in IG, ang daming nag-PM sa IG, but I'm trying to read as much and to reply as much to your questions as possible. I'm doing my best. So, I want to start here. By the way, no, what I'm gonna do for the requests that you have is the ones that there are some stocks kasi that get requested over and over, and I have a lot of videos about them. And of course, if you've been following my channel, we talked about Merrimart, we talked about Dito, we talked about Jollibee. So there are certain stocks that we talked about BDO, BPI also. There are certain stocks because of the news, because of it being requested frequently. We have specific videos for them already. So the ones that I have been making a lot of videos on, we're not gonna talk about that in this video. We're gonna try to focus on the other ones naman. But since we're gonna try to go through as much as I can, as much requests as I can, so some of the analysis here won't be as in-depth as the ones that where we do those individual stocks. So si Ken Mandigma is asking for Ali, Mer, Dito, and Meg. Since we have a lot of Dito and Ali na, I want to talk about Mer. I want to talk about Meralco. So since Meralco is I've mentioned this, no, that Meralco is pretty much a defensive company that people will be still paying their bills. Meralco will be making money. They will never go zero because it's a utility. What we're seeing right here is if I draw this line here, this upward push where it tried to connect lows that were increasing got broken. So it broke this level last some point mid-June. That's why it started to correct. But above and beyond that, it got hit by this 200-day moving average. And above and beyond that, one of the reasons why it's down is because it hit this resistance at the 293 level. So for those who are asking, why did Mer start to go down over the past few days? Why is it lower? What's the whole context of it? It's primarily because if you look at it, number one, it failed to break the 293 resistance level. Number two, it failed to break the 200-day moving average. And number three, this entire line, this entire counter trend that started at the bottom last March was also broken. Now, what I do know in my years of doing technical analysis is that once a trend is broken, a new trend will follow, a new trend will be formed. Now, what's the new trend that it's trying to form? Don't get me wrong, no, looking at this chart here, if I try to zoom out so you have a greater degree of, I guess, of measure in this, as you can see, the highs of 377, we're still a great way off against that. And if I'll try to at least connect this and this, it spearheads, no, that, let me do it for you. Yeah, there. It spearheads that this particular downward push, because it has not broken past the 293 level, is not yet over. But that being said, again, also the 200-day moving average is showing us evidence that it still hasn't really broken out yet. It still really hasn't pushed up yet as well. Yan, yan na naman tong to. Anyways, so since it hasn't really pushed up yet, it really hasn't gone up yet. Let me just fix this. Since it really hasn't pushed up and gone up yet, it really needs to break past the 293 level for it to be able to push higher bigger, and stronger. Now, let me zoom in further so you see it in a greater degree of context that I'll draw a support level here. Uh, yeah, 264 level. And I'll try to zoom in so you see a greater context of, as you can see, this got broken. After this got broken, it started to retrace. Now, one thing you could watch out for now for Meralco is basically this. 265 is a current support level. I repeat, 265 is a current support level. So what you need to watch out for, what you need to understand, and what you need to look out for is basically this. At the 265 level, if it fails to if it continues to bounce, then it will just progress and it will try to attack either this, the downtrend, or it will try to push forward and move past and attack the 293 resistance level, which that's the largest area that it needs to break out from. That's the area where it needs to actually go above and try to break also, because as you can see, no, it has not it tried to go in that level last June, but it failed to break past that level. And if there's two things that we'll watch out for is, number one, will it have enough upward push to break past the downtrend? Number two, will it have enough upward push to break past the 200-day moving average? Number three, will it have enough upward push to break past this 293 level? So those are the possible areas where it could go. That if it bounces from this 265 area, this gives you a tradable range of 11 plus percent. If it does not hold, please remember it would be prudent also to get out of the position, and the next possible retracement for Meralco will bring it at the 295 level. So there. I hope you guys are learning. I hope this is something that's helping you. I've been getting a lot of there's a lot of, this is from we have asan yun? We have Edmond Chua asking for tech, Felix Asuncion asking for tech. Sabi niya, tech talk. Then Emma Mayor asking for tech. There's quite a lot of requests for tech. No? So I think I want to do tech for this video. We have Josie Taniedo. She's a regular subscriber, follower. Erica Aquino also asking for tech. For those asking for APVI, I have a video on that, no, but I'll try to make another one separate from this. Si Jazz Corps is also asking for tech. Chu is asking for tech. Bernard Davis is asking for tech. Samuel Chang is asking for tech. Sige, let's look at tech. Let's try to go through that. Dami. I don't. Why are you guys requesting for tech? What's the whole no? But why do people like tech? And then aside from tech, you have the normal ones. Them Mary Mart is still there. APVI still there. But sige, let's go with tech first. Okay. So tech naman. So for Sirtech, I wanted to mention this. Number one, allow me to zoom out first. You can see this massive, large move down here. And then I think I made several videos on this already, no, on the context of this large, massive drop. If you try to measure it to where it is right now, tech is still down 87%. And this particular massive downward move here, which ended no December, the end of December, had nothing to do with the coronavirus. I repeat, the large 87 plus percent drop had nothing to do with the coronavirus. It was pretty much a result of the trade war. As you all know, China, US, and we had the trade war for at extended periods from some point in 2018 to 20, which dragged on to the end of 2019. And Certec chips they would supply. Please remember, even though it's a China and US trade war, we supply a lot of electronic items and chips to China. And that being said, that's what happened sentiment wise. And not just sentiment wise, it also had an effect also on their bottom line. Then, when the trade war had shown some signs of resolution, that's where we saw Certec start to push up again here, right? This portion. That's the recovery from the news that the trade war was about to be over. Now, when the resolution started to come out, the thing now is, as you can see here, this is around February. The coronavirus started to hit. And then as it started to hit the lowest point was the lockdown also. So after that, we saw it already start to rebound. But what's very, very clear and what's very, very evident now is this. Certec, after the move up from March all the way here, which put the stock up 161%, to be precise, 161.5%, has started to consolidate and move sideways. That's the main prevailing theme. And please write this down. The sideways trend is 7 pesos support, 9.6 pesos resistance. And if you look at it, it hit this April, started to go down, hit this last June, it started to bounce. Then it was on its way down, but it hit the 200-day moving average, which functions as a support. Now, since it's not close to the support, but if you look at this area, it this particular intraday drop last June 29, yesterday, opened here, intraday drop here, it's pretty close already to the support. So one thing you could watch out for is, let's see how solid this will be, because if it's pretty solid, then the next possible narrative is it just goes back here. It pushes back the 9.6 level, and it could give you an upside of around 20.7%. Or if it does not hold, there's a possible downside of 9.7% from that perspective. So again, if you notice what I'm doing now, it's always risk and reward. If the trade does not go your way, then you just get out. Either you avoid it, or if you own it, then it would be a position for you to sell, to cut loss, to get out of that position. But from a charting perspective, this is where we are for Certec. This is where we are, that 7 is your support, strongest support. Your 200-day moving average also is your support. Then you have a resistance at the 9.6 level. But it's very, very clear as of this point in time, by the time this video is coming out, that it's just sideways. It's still sideways, regardless of whatever news that we have right here and right now. So before I read more of the requests, no, I forgot to mention, books are down below. Shopee has also given me a code. I think it's 100 peso off code. For those who want it, just comment, I want the Shopee code. I think it's 100 pesos off for Shopee products up from July 1 to July 7. So I'll put it in the link or in the description, or comment, I want Shopee, for those that want to know more about it. But yun, I have books, 5 books. One is here, and Breaking the Resistance, where I talk about the basics of the market, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, etc. It's all there. Then in the description below, also we have online courses with Chinkee Tan and Sean Si. The basics of the market, make money, grow money, and stock market for everyone. Then I have a couple of links also below on certain items that may help you. The VPN that they use, the McAfee virus scanner that I use as well. But anyways, let's continue with this stocks by request. I hope that you guys are learning. Ang dami mga regulars, no? Si RLSJ, regular yan na ano na listener subscriber natin. Christian Asena, regular din natin yan. Oliver Nepomuceno. AJ Moquete talked about Texacto, what you mentioned. Yeah, it's over the 200-day moving average. Si Nico Bolina, sakto yung request mo. We answered Mer and Tech already for this video. I want to talk about what's a good one naman. Let's look at, maybe let's look at MPI naman. We'll look at MPI, then I'll try to see other, let's try to see other videos. Oh, madami rin pala nagre-request, like sila Kyle Albert. A lot of people are requesting for Megawide. So sige, let's do Mega. So I'll do Megawide, and then I'll also do, ano yung sinabi ko kanina? MPI. So parehong M naman. So there. Chart back up again. Then let's see. Megawide. Okay. Megawide, naka-plot na lahat. No? So as you can see for Megawide, it's clear also that it's consolid. I'll try to remove this para mas clear sa inyo. Yan. It's pretty much consolidating. It's sideways. The longer and broader sideways is this entire area, the drop ng March 16 up to where we are now. The short-term time frame is if you want to make a shorter support level, you could peg one here, uh, 6.6. So please write this down. Our resistance is at the 8 peso level. Support is at the 6.6 level. So this is roughly 22% no, from support to resistance for the short term. So it's bouncing. Its possible progression will be close here. But if it retraces back to the 6.6 level, then that becomes your buying opportunity to gallop it, to buy it, and then set your target at the 8 peso level. So you can write this down, 6.6 support. Bounce from support, stays above support. It does not break down when it hits the support. It becomes a buy signal. Set your target to sell at around 8. If it goes to 6.6, but it breaks down right after that, either kahit hawak niyo yung stock, hindi niyo hawak yung stock, it's either it will be a position for you to avoid, get away from the position because it could retrace and drop to the 5.9 level. So I just wanted to say this also that majority of the stocks that we are seeing right now, they're basically they're basically consolidating because it dropped, it moved up until April, consolidated a bit. Then when GCQ started again, boom, large push up. Then it started to consolidate already from the second week of June to where we are today. So that's why you see a lot of stocks in that fashion also relatively consolidating. Now let's look at aning isang request. Okay, MPI. Let's look at MPI there. So for MPI, allow me to zoom out here. I'll put this on for greater context. Then I'll try to put this on also so you see where it is from this particular level and this and this. Okay. Now, I'll try to zoom in first. So for those who like to see what happened here, as you can see, it tried to push up as it tried to, for this upward progression na medyo malaki rin to, this upward move from the 2.6, 2.7 level made it go up around 42 plus percent. And please do note, this was just May 27 all the way to June 24. So roughly a month of holding. So this entire push, 42 plus percent. And if there's one thing that's clear, if you followed the example in any first stock na tinignan natin, for the first stock that we looked at, ganun din. One of the reasons why Meralco went down was, by the way, no, I don't know if it coincides, MPI, Meralco are heavily connected, but Meralco failed to break the resistance. So 3.8 is a resistance to watch out for MPI. But one thing that is holding it together is there's a 200-day moving average trying to protect it. So a couple of things I'd like to mention. Number one, if 3.65 level may not hold, you may see MPI retrace to the 3.37 level. If it bounces to 3.37 level, one thing you could watch out for is if it breaks out the 3.8, because this one is a bit thin already. No, the distance between the 3.65 level to the 3.8 level is 3.9%. But one thing is so clear that this entire upward push is over unless it breaks out from this 3.8 level. And if it does break out from the 3.8 level, then it has more wiggle room to proceed. Now, let me just simulate it. If it suddenly breaks out from this, then it has more wiggle room and it will look like a larger and bigger and steeper uptrend. But allow me to update you as that progresses, as this storyline will progress over the next few days. So either a couple of things will happen. Number one, it does not go below 3.65, but it does not break the 3.8 level, then the tendency is it's just going to oscillate. It's just going to consolidate here. Ganyan lang siya. It goes down, but as it goes to the 3.65 level, this level does not hold, then it could possibly drop here to the 3.8 level. But if it breaks past the 3.8 level, target possible area is here, 4.15. And we have the notion that it will proceed and it will progress in its upward push. So that's where MPI is. Comment below if you guys are learning. We're at the 24-minute mark already, no? So I'm trying to make a balance because I know I have videos that are 40 minutes, an hour. Then I have videos naman that are mashups, like the one that came out at 8 o'clock. That's just around 12 minutes long. This one will be in between. So we'll just probably do one more video, one more stock, and then the next na, comment below what stocks you guys want me to talk about. Then I'll do another video on top of that na lang. A lot of you guys, by the way, have been asking about Altos, no? The thing about Altos is, if you're looking at it from a technical analysis standpoint, you have to go and zoom in. And what happened again for today is, it had, number one, another seeding move. It had another move where it went up more than 50 plus percent. So what's interesting there is, uh, technical analysis thrives on past prices. So what we do know right now, if you're gonna build a support and resistance here, you could put a resistance here, you could put a support here, very very thin support and resistance level. Ganyan lang siya. Now, if it breaks past the 41.6 level, this entire area will, I'll try. I'm gonna use a. I'm gonna show you with a chart that has, I guess, minutes and hours into it, so we can plot the support and resistance better. But from a day-to-day charting standpoint, it will look that we have the next possible and fungible resistance at the 41.6 level. So allow me to update you over the next few days. But again, I've been saying this over and over in the previous videos. The strength of technical analysis is more past prices, and the more past prices we have, it will allow us to somehow no get a gauge already on buying and selling areas. And for me, that's the most important. It doesn't mean you're not supposed to trade this, but what it means is you follow what your plan is. But if there's one thing that I'll tell you, kung nanghihinayang kayo kasi hindi kayo kasabay, wag nyo na bidin, please. You don't have to follow every stock out there. You don't have to chase stock prices. And if there's one thing that has been clear with a lot of the mistakes that I've made, uh, madaming mga mali ko dati dahil hinabol ko pa yung presyo na hindi na dapat siya kailangan habulin eh. There will be some instances that you don't have to follow every stock move up. And if you're just buying it because there's a stock move up, you might sayang eh, nakahinayang siya, because people always have this mentality that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I've said this in so many videos. It's not eh. There's no such thing as a once in a lifetime opportunity, because you will always have opportunities to earn in the market. And a lot of people have been saying this, that opportunity would happen every time you start to prepare yourself, every time you start to build the skill and the acumen. So, from someone who has been doing this for more than a decade already, guys, please wag magmamadali. You don't have to rush this. If it takes you 5 years, 10 years to be good sa trabaho nyo, to be good sa profession ninyo, to be good sa business ninyo, you can't really also expect that nanood lang tayo ng YouTube video that in 1 month you will be good already. Take the time for you to grow. Take the time for you to be able to build that skill. Now, for last stock, si Sansan Jeniston is asking for Megaworld and Mac. But si Rebecca Tangan is asking also for Dito, IMI, and Meg. We have Dito already, so we have Meg. We can talk about Meg. I guess I'll go with Meg, no, and then the rest we'll do it for another video. So just comment it below, guys, if you guys have other stocks that I'll make another video, another stocks by request. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I've been trying to mix it up, no, that it's not just pure stocks by request. That if you've noticed it sa videos natin, we have webinar based content, we have podcast type content, then we have the vlog type content, then we have this our stocks by request sessions, because I've realized that out of the 132,000 followers in Facebook, then the 120 plus thousand subscribers in YouTube, not everyone din pala are traders. There's also a big chunk of people that are investors. So I'm trying to make videos to hit everyone, and I hope that it's still videos that are relevant and insightful, because I've been saying this, that every time I make videos, I'm not here to I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I just want to be the person that adds the most value. I just want to be the person that becomes so relevant to you that it affects your lives, that it causes you to push, that it causes you to move forward. So let's do this and let's move forward. Sabi nung iba, Marvin, move forward ka na. Let's do this. Okay, so Meg. So this is how Meg would look like. If you look at it, it just bounced off the 50-day moving average. So I'll make this as simple as it can be. I'll remove this first. It just bounced off the 50-day moving average. So possible trading plan is this: if it continues to stay above the 2.86 level, which is where we have a support planned out there, possible progression is it will just continue to go and try to hit the 3.43 level. And the possible movement for that is it gives you a 20.4% return. So I repeat, 2.86 support. If Megaworld goes back to that level, holds that level, stays above that level, bounces, it's a buy opportunity. If it goes to 2.86 but does not hold, please stay away because it could possibly retrace back to 2.5. So condition Megaworld 2.86, it needs to stay and hold that level. It needs to not go lower and it needs to bounce. If it bounces, set your target price to 3.43 and that's a 20.4% trade. It did it already end of May all the way to at some point in June. As it started to hit that resistance, then it started to retrace downward. So there. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope that this is something that added tremendous value to all of you. We talked about, if I remember it properly, Meralco, syempre Meg, syempre Altos, then we had MPI also in the mix, then we had Megawide. I think there was another stock also mentioned. Nakalimutan ko. Yun yung mahirap no. I don't all of the videos are not scripted, so they're not even practiced. So I'll try to go back to remember what those videos are. But yun, I hope it helped you, but above and beyond that, no, the reason why I keep making videos like this is not just to give you information, but I hope that this also inspires you because I've been saying this all the time that I want to make this channel something that encourages and inspires people that in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of this lockdown, huwag kayo mawawalan ng pag-asa. Keep on moving forward. I've been getting a lot of messages from the last video that it was encouraging that tama to never lose hope because yeah, hope is so important. So hope is so I think it's something that people need to have right now. So if you feel sad, talk to someone, talk to a friend that will pull you up. Please, kung yung kaibigan mo will pull you down or will bring you down, don't go to that friend. You need to be surrounded with people that speaks life to you. You need to, especially at a time like this, it would be better to be with people that will speak life to you, that will bring you up, that will help you move forward. If you have people in your life that are weighing you down, that are taking you out, that are if you think it's toxic already, it's too negative already. That's why in this channel you will never see me bring other people down because I really believe that in this time people need to be brought up. People need to be placed at a level where they feel good because when they feel good, they act good. When they know what's right, they will also do right. And I hope that above and beyond the skills that we've been talking about, di ko alam ba't hawak ko tong mic, kanina naman siya nakasan, above and beyond the skills that I've been sharing about the stock market, I hope that you get also the intangibles here and here because at the end of the day, pwedeng you could have the right skills in the market but not have the right mentality, the right mindset, and the right heart, uh, matatalo kayo eh. And if you've noticed it, sa lahat ng mga in-interview ko, lahat ng mga successful, those that made their multi-millions, those that have 9 digits, 8 digits in their assets or in their net worth, there's one thing that's so clear and so specific to all of them. Eh. It's always about having the right mindset. It's always about thinking right. It's always about doing right. Because if you got that properly and knowing who you are, no matter how bad it is, no matter how you think everything is crumbling down, you will always have a positive attitude and you will always try to find a way out. Please remember, winners are not born. I know people have the winning DNA inside of them because our DNA also comes from God. But it's something that you work. Eh. Winning every day is a decision that you make. That every time you wake up, you decide that you are not a loser. You decide that you are someone who has something to contribute. That you are someone who has a destiny and a hope and a purpose for people to that you have something to give. And I don't know who that was for, but I'm gonna just continue to
Keep on giving messages that will encourage people, that will make people feel better, especially at a time where we are right now, where a lot of people are losing hope. But if there's one thing that I'll tell you, never lose hope, never stop. Keep on hustling, keep on working hard, keep on saving, keep on leveraging. But at the end of the day, know that it's not the end. Know that there's still a future and a hope. That whatever God placed in your heart, He's going to make it happen. That God still has good and great plans for you. So that's it for now. I hope you learned a lot. We're at the 35-minute mark. Comment below if you stayed up until the end. Comment below if you learned a lot from technicals. Comment below also if you liked it, even though there were a lot of stuff that I mentioned that are not stock market related, and if it's something that's helping you. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.